What is going on, guys? Craig 1287 here, bringing you what is probably going to be one of my most controversial topics for any of my videos, and that is, why do you play games? Is the question that I'm looking at. And a lot of things over the past few weeks, and actually just over the whole time that I've been a gamer and talked with people that are also gamers and things like that. I mean, ever since I've taken gaming onto online multiplayer, pretty much is where this question has resided in my mind. Things like cheats out there were pretty much like the early versions of me asking this question: why do people play games, and what defines what they have fun in a video game? But lately, that question has taken a different route when I see certain things. Battlefield 3 was one of the big things that sparked it, with Operation Metro, and people making 1,000-ticket servers with 64-man on Conquest, Rush, either of those two, for Operation Metro. And we're seeing that now again with Battlefield 4, with Operation Locker, and now that we have Operation Metro, it has begun again. I've seen 3,000 ticket servers for Conquest, Op Metro, and it's just 24/7 that. Nothing else, 64 players. It's madness, in my opinion. And then I've also seen some just random posts on Reddit. I frequent Reddit often, and I see the people that post things titled, "Don't be this guy," and I'm just gonna have some screenshots up, and I will also provide links to these Battlelog accounts, and I'm not gonna bother blacking out their names and whatnot. If you guys want to go hate and spam on that, I really don't care. I mean, this is part of this. All right, this is going to make this whole video is going to make me sound like a dick, I guess, in a lot of things. And I said it's probably going to be my most controversial video. You guys are probably going to disagree with a lot of these things, because obviously the things that I'm about to talk about that I don't comprehend and things like that, a lot of people like to do them. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people like to do this. There are people that even pay money for cheats and hacks and things like that, which I don't understand. But I'm saying, aside from the cheats and hacks, I don't think that's up to your, that's not up to your free will. That's breaking the rules of the game, in my opinion. But, doing things like what this guy does, this stationary AA, that's even his name, and you look at his stats, he has his most kills with a infantry-held weapon is 36 kills, and that is with the Javelin. Only 36 kills. He has a KD ratio of 478. So his most used handheld infantry weapon is not even 1/10 of his just KD ratio. He has a total kills of 7,600. So this guy, he's barely died ever. And when you go to click onto his vehicles tab, you'll notice that his top vehicles are and this is for Battlefield 3, I should specify if you didn't notice from the screenshots already. His most killed weapon, or for vehicles, are the stationary anti-air things that are planted in your spawn. He has 6,435 kills with one of them, 1,062 kills with the other. He has spent just almost 400 hours in these things. I mean, if the guy has fun doing that, that's cool. It's just, I can't comprehend it. I don't understand how someone can find enjoyment or satisfaction out of that. It's just beyond me, and it's hard to put in words how I feel about that. It's just, for me, it's mind-boggling. Curious as to how you guys think of that as well. Here's another guy that was posted. This was posted on Reddit, and he's got a KD of 84. Obviously, KD does not equate to skill, but that's ridiculous to have that type of KD. And then you look at his top vehicle, and it ends up being the mortar. He has 14,000 kills, 14,063 kills. I don't even know if I have that many kills in total for Battlefield. Let's see, 14,000. I have overview. Let's see. I've got 9,000. So he has close to double what I have in playing this game just from the mortar. I don't know. I don't know how to comprehend that. I don't know how to process that. There's another guy. His name is Base Camping MAAs. That's his profile name. He is not as bad as the stationary guy. He has only 108 hours in mobile anti-airs. He has 2,953 kills with the mobile anti-air. It's a big chunk of his time. And I mean, that's just sad and depressing to see that this guy dedicates. I love the mobile anti-air. I love to kill air because I hate getting killed by air. I don't like that tactic. Typically, I like to be on the ground, capping bases. Being up away from the ground, just, I don't know, to me kind of seems somewhat of a pansy tactic that you're having to put yourself into armor with, I don't know, that's for another video. I'm not saying it's completely illegitimate tactic. I'm just saying I don't enjoy it as much as being the puny infantry guy that's very easy to kill and has very limited ammo and is on these points, these hot points where you're more likely to get killed. It feels more heroic, I guess you could say. But still, for someone to have done it to this extent, and then you look at his kills per minute. Again, these stats don't equate to pure and utter skill. I'm not saying anything like that, but they're definitely interesting to note. And his kill per minute is 0.45. He's not even getting one kill every 30 seconds. He's getting less than that. Every 30 seconds. That's very slow paced. In my anti-air, that probably means this guy is not one of the aggressive anti-airs that pushes up real close to points and even tries to take on mobile, like the tanks and other mobile anti-air. That's how I play mine. I like to play risky because it gets me in the action. There's a sense of risk and, chance of dying, getting blown up by C4 and things like that, which adds to the thrill. It adds to the accomplishment when I go as well as I do, knowing that I had all of those threats facing me at the time. I get more sense of thrill out of it, which is somewhat enjoyable. It's kind of thrill-seeking, but in a digital space. So yeah, it's just sad to think that guy it probably means he's one of the ones that just sits inside of his uncapped zone, which is in his no man's zone, which nobody can come up and see for him. And if anybody were to swoop in as a jet to try to kill him really, really quick, they would have not only his anti-air shooting, but the stationary anti-air. So he'd be safe. It's just, I mean, if you find enjoyment from it, fulfillment, satisfaction, that's all cool. I don't comprehend it. And I'm curious as to if any of you guys watching this video, things like this, being in stationary anti-airs for almost 400 hours, being in the mobile anti-air with that low of a kill per minute, and if that's something you do, if you're a guy that does nothing but mortars and UCAVs, I'm just curious as to why you do that. How do you receive enjoyment from that? And one of the things that also spawned this was the recent, fairly recent reveal. This is not like just a few days ago, but the addition that in Titanfall they're going to have the Generations, which is their version of what Call of Duty had for the Prestige mode. And that's when you get to the highest rank, you've unlocked everything, and you reset everything. Granted, sometimes you will get some sort of a perk, but a lot of people just do it because, I mean, this is my, just my speculation, that most people do it because they like to see those numbers popping up on their screen. They like to see that rank popping up on their screen. It's instant gratification. Getting the high KD is one thing, getting the win-loss is one thing, but having these things constantly popping up, just congratulating you on your success, it's I don't know, it's really weird. I've never appealed to that. Achievements in games, when Xbox started doing achievements, and then Sony, they did that with their consoles. Steam has been doing that. Even things like Uplay does achievements on their service. And I mean, it's cool when you get it. Seeing that, yeah, it's kind of cool that a developer thought that something in their game was going to be difficult enough or happen not so often or anything of the sort that it, you know, it encouraged an extra little congratulatory, you know, you're not just beating the level, but you beat the level on such a hard difficulty that you deserve extra little praise here and pat on the back for you doing something that probably 1 or 5% of people that play the game do. But I've never been one that changes my gameplay style to earn achievements. If there's a weapon that you got to get X amount of headshots, I'm going to play exactly how I do. I'm not going to use that weapon any more often than I normally would have. And when using that weapon, I'm not going to specifically and only try to get headshots. To where if I see a guy's feet, that I not shoot him on the other side of the car that I'm looking under because I'm not going to be getting a headshot. And I know people that do that. There's even YouTube channels dedicated to hunting down achievements and playing games like Barbie's Horse Adventure for the sole purpose of getting achievements. And it's just, it's a culture that I don't understand, a sense of achievement that I don't understand because it's so fake in my opinion. I'm probably making a lot of people mad, but I want to understand it. I probably never will. But it's just something that I'd like to comprehend in the video game industry. It's something that you don't see in any other entertainment because it's not interactive. No other art really has this sense. Unless you really hate someone's piece of art and you go up and throw paint on it or something, then I guess that's kind of somewhat instant gratification. But these things, hacking, I've never understood. You know, getting good scores in video games, unless you're competing in tournaments and things like that, where you have referees and people monitoring you live there on stage that can tell you're not hacking, but hacking on public servers with people you don't know on the anonymity that the internet offers, I don't get it. You have this KD, yeah, you've got a 10 KD, but what does that really mean in life? You spent $60, well, I'm hoping you spent $60 on the game purchasing it and not pirating it. A lot of people put in a lot of hours to make this game. So you know, you paid that. You put in a lot of time, probably hundreds of hours into this game, but the whole time you're using a program in which the computer did a majority or even all of the work for you. And that's just something that's a foreign concept to me. I don't get it. If that got you into a better school, if that got you a raise at work, if it got you more ladies, and got you some action in bed, then that would make sense. Those are things that a lot of people really, really strive to. But it doesn't. And so I don't get it. I play games to have fun. Clearly these are things this is what someone has fun doing, but I just don't get it. So if you guys could help me to understand, if you partake in cheating or hacking, if you are a mortar person when everybody on people on your team as an attacker in Rush are pushing up with assault rifles, shotguns, LMGs, things like that, PDWs, and they're putting their in-game virtual lives at risk, by being close to these hot points that have a lot of action and explosives and trying to arm something, and you're just sitting hundreds and hundreds of meters away, just in very safe environment, very slow, very dull. And of course, in my opinion, please, if you do that, help me to understand why. If you do nothing but snipe from rooftops, please help me to understand how that provides a sense of satisfaction. Or, man, I know this makes me sound like a horrible, horrible person, that I'm putting my playstyle up on a pedestal, I guess is what it sounds like, but really I'm not. I'm not saying mine is better. I'm not saying that mine is more enjoyable, because clearly you're enjoying it enough to do it versus my playstyle. Clearly it's working for you. I'm sure these people that engage in these tactics have much better stats than I do. I have better KDs or whatever it may be. I don't know. This is something that's been on my mind for a very long time. I've wanted to do a YouTube video on it for a very, very long time. The recent events with some of the stuff that's been going on, all of which I'll have links down below, have kind of pushed me to it, and just general people's play style that I find cheap in Battlefield, rooftop camping and 64-man Metro meat grinder. Hey, I'm going to stand on this ammo bag and just lob grenades that I hope are going to find someone. I'm not really using much skill in getting that grenade there. I'm just kind of hoping it gets. I don't know. It's very confusing to me. And again, I know I'm going to make a lot of people mad. A ton of individuals are probably slamming on the dislike bar, but I don't care. I'll leave it up. I'm not going to remove the like and dislike bar from my video. I kind of expect this to be controversial. I kind of want it to be controversial. I'm hoping that it would then be shared amongst people. If someone sees this and one of their friends engages in this type of activity and they say, hey, look at this guy that's trash talking your play style. He's just doing nothing but bad mouthing what you do and what you find enjoyable. You paid your $60. It's your right to do this. So yeah, if you guys could just share this around to your friends, especially if you know they engage in this activity, and please help me to understand these tactics. I'd love to have some insight. I doubt I'm going to find them acceptable by a simple paragraph posted on this YouTube video, but if I could just get some insight that maybe, just maybe, plants a seed and helps me to understand parts of this play style and this tactic, this sense of accomplishment that you can get from these activities, I would love to understand it. So, hope you guys have enjoyed the gameplay going on there in the background, and I hope I didn't make you guys too mad and hate my guts. I hope I don't lose too many subscribers. I don't have that many from the get-go, but I hope I don't lose any from this. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed all of it. Have a good one. Help me to understand. Ta-ta.